Hello everybody, this is Richie from the Metal Cell podcast. I'm delighted to welcome Conor and Sean from Arjunas Eye. How the hell are you, lads?
How you doing,
What's
man?
up? Hey, it's a crack, all right?
Yeah, it's great, man. Delighted to have you back. You know, Jesus, when I think back of the time when you all filed into the studio upstairs, and it's been like a good, I suppose, without all the shit of COVID, but certainly after that interview, I thought you really did great things. The album was well received, and now to see releasing videos as well, it's great, man. I mean, what do you feel yourselves? Do you think it's been a kind of strange few months, but successful in some ways?
Yeah. Like actually from the last time we were with you, actually, Richie, it was kind of your interview was like the first kind of big step, and I can't remember, was it after the official release, or was it was after the release, I think, but I don't know, was it after the before or after the official launch? I can't remember that part. Like a big jump for us as well, do you know?
Did you hear me? The launch was up in Cove Rugby Club, so I couldn't go to that. So I know just before the launch.
Yeah.
Oh, right. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. So, so we, like, at that time when we spoke to you first, like we didn't know where this was going, like, you know, what to expect. There was just the three of us in the band at that point. We just finished and released the album, and so things have definitely grown and since we last spoken to you, you know.
What about you, Conor? Would you agree?
Yeah. I think I was gonna get specific. I think Rory and Killian had just Rory had joined when we were writing the album, but I mean, we had not played with these guys. I guess that's what probably Sean meant. There was a Sean. We haven't played with Rory and Killian yet at all, so it's kind of a new process that way.
Correct. You're spot on. Yeah.
Right. Yeah. Right, sorry. Yeah. That's more along the lines of what I was getting at. Yeah.
Oh yeah. Right. Yeah. Cool. Yeah. No. It's been. Yeah. So I guess what was the question? Or are we happy with how it's gone so far? I guess.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Definitely. Yeah, it's definitely been a cool process so far. Throwing a spanner in the works, like what happened, you know, to everybody in March-ish, made us kind of we've had a list of things that we've wanted to do, and some of those things were definitely gigging and overseas gigging, which was definitely kind of there to come, and we should have been there and back by now. But it's cool because those other things on the list, like making music videos and
which I admire you for doing. Yeah, well done.
Yeah.
So that's why I really wanted to talk to you as well, and thanks as well for me making a cameo appearance in your latest one, Kotexi.
Did you see that? We didn't ask your permission. Sorry, man.
I you know what? You couldn't have planned it better, because I just saw the Metal Cell board, you know, interview in progress, and I went, what?
Hey, that's me.
That's my heart as well, because I remember you actually filming it on the day, Conor.
Yeah. I annoy these guys with how often I got my GoPro in my hands, man. Just like, fuck, he's got the fucking camera out again, you know? But I hope that, you know, like little moments like that, as much as it's in your face, it's kind of like, well, if I do throw it into a video later, like you say, Richie, maybe it's kind of cool to see at some point, even if it's for just a quick flash or something, you know?
Nah, man, that was really cool. And the fact that you didn't even ruin the surprise.
Good. Yeah.
What you were saying, Sean?
About maybe 5% of all footage captured is actually used. You know, there's so much that's actually just trash.
That's right. Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, like, and that's saying something. You know.
Jeez.
Yeah.
But Sean, you always need a guy like Conor there, you know, just to capture. Someone needs to do that, because ultimately 10 years down the line, it depends on how successful or how life changes for everybody. You still need a guy like Conor that will have those images. Have you heard of American Pickers on the History Channel?
No.
American Pickers, is it?
They're these.
Yeah, I think it's yeah.
These two dudes, they go around to basically all these old farms and junkyards around America, and they pick stuff, you know, to see if it will have value. And they met this dude anyway, and he says, look, I have this old mobile bus, and Aerosmith is written on the side of it, and it's this 1950s bus with a hand paint. It's not even the Aerosmith logo. Your man didn't know what to do with it. And so long story short, two lads make a phone call to Joe Perry, and Joe Perry sends this other dude down that was there at the time. He was in the band, but like kind of he actually designed the logo and left the band. And he went down and said, yeah, that's the bus, man. And
Cool.
they were stuck.
Awesome.
And next minute they're playing a residency in Las Vegas, and they arrive up with the bus. Now, they didn't make it in mint condition. They still had it old looking. But yeah, it was a really cool thing. But the
cool.
photographs, that's my point of the story. They had the photographs of the lads in the bus to authentic.
Yeah, even some of the clips and pictures that we've accumulated even so far in our short time, I look back and go, oh my God, look at that. Look, you know, was that really what we were up to then? Like, or whatever, you know, even in such a short time, there's some nostalgia attached to it already, like, you know.
My beard was so much shorter.
yeah. Exactly.
So talk to me about Brian O'Glanby. How did that connection, I know he lives in Cove, but how did the connection happen?
So I would know Brian O'Glanby personally, just maybe before Conor would. Conor actually lives in the same estate as him. I've played music with Brian O'Glanby, and in the past, say, maybe, definitely in the last 10 years, he's become a videographer and producer and stuff. Maybe that history goes back further than I actually realise now. But I mean, he's well aware of Arjunas Eye, and I think Conor, you kind of made a connection with him to actually really to get involved. Like, I mean, maybe you could take over there.
Well, I remember working. It was kind of a cool thing when I first moved over here 5 years ago. Is Jamie Stanton, local guy? I don't know if you've heard of him, Richie, but he's kind of it's more of a southern rocky folk kind of stuff that he does, hard rock southern folk kind of thing he does, I guess. But he was on. He had a bit of a highlight on Ireland The Voice for a while, but he did his own album properly afterwards. And Brian was shooting that video, and it's well made video too. Looks really cool, suits the music and all that. And I think Sean was actually the bass player playing with Jamie Stanton at the time, and he couldn't do the music video. Was that something like that, Sean?
I was getting married the next day.
You're getting married the next, yeah. So getting married or making, yeah. So he made the right choice anyway. So luckily, Sean got married, and I got to jump on and play air bass in the music videos. But that's how I met Brian O'Glanby. Was really when I first moved here, and then when it came time that we were going to do a video, and we're kind of like, how can we get this guy to make one for us? You know, we didn't want something the same, of course, but we knew that he had the experience and the skills in living overseas in England and Holland and stuff, and involved in the film industry over there.
Wow.
But so he said yes, you know, and Sean said yes, and his wife said yes, so it's pretty cool.
I would have done both just for the record, all right?
Yeah, I know.
So Trial of the Grasses, that was the first one then?
Yeah.
Who came up with the idea and the storyline for that?
Yeah, I said that was
all Brian.
Yeah, it was all Brian. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. He asks for the lyrics, and he goes, "Yeah, like what's it kind of mean to you guys?" And he says, "Okay, I'll think of something." So
between the lyrics and what's your view on it, or where's it stemming from? Then he gets this picture, goes, yeah, right, and instantly, like, you can see the cogs are turning straight away. Yeah. And you know, whatever he's going to come back with is going to be pretty wild. Like, we didn't get to do half of the mad stuff that he wanted to do, really. Like, but it's pretty kind of mixed up kind of a video. Like, you know, it's a bit wild. Like, but we just went along with it. We had a great laugh making it with him. Like, you know, it was a great experience. And like Conor, you mentioned this before, that he's a real director. Like, you know, we've no experience in acting or whatever, or like that kind of thing. But like, he is like, look, yeah, try this. Like, you know, I want to see real animated action on your face. Like, you know, you really scream into the camera and you really mean it. Like, and I'll really getting into it and like drawing actions and showing like, yeah, give this a go. Like, you know, I'm just there looking at him. Fuck, man, I know, you know, really into it. Like, you know, so.
Yeah, Sean was a bit shell shocked at a few of the things. Yeah, it's kind of like, you want me to do what?
Yeah. Oh, I had to say no. I had to say no to a couple of things. Like,
well, you got out of your comfort zone, though. To be fair, you did get out of your comfort zone, so that's cool.
So, like, you went full Francis Ford on you, and you kind of just wasn't expecting it. Like,
no, okay, let's just mime along to the song there, no, or whatever. You know, no, this dude wanted to make a horror movie or something. You know what I mean? Something. Yeah. No, there was we were throwing ideas around with stretchy felt fabric and stuff. He had this narrative with a bunch of old looking keys and stuff like that, you know, to tying in with you know, unlock from the prison that you're in and free yourself from whatever. And that's he drew his own thing from the song, and tried to put like a visual to it, you know. The thing where I'm hanging by my arms like in off a church beam, and the lads, that it just looks like, actually it just looks like a seance or something. That it's fucking bananas altogether. But we just went on with it. We said, look, let's just have some fun with this. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Was that shot in Cove?
No, that was actually in a small chapel that's actually decommissioned, we'll say, in Carrigtwohill.
Yeah. Really?
Yeah. It's so, and that was through his connections again. We had permission to do it, and so it's, when I say decommissioned, literally not used. I think it was actually for sale at the time. No, I don't know how much I'm giving away here, but we had permission to do all that just for the evening, you know, and it was great. What was it? Was it like something like early January, Conor? Was it, or was it December? I can't remember.
Yeah, I think it was. Yeah, it was like very end of the year, very beginning of the year for sure. I was kind of looking through photos there and kind of looking at dates to remember. But yeah, it was right around then. It was just before, kind of, again, like we were very lucky to get something shot all together in the same space, you know, legally before all this hit the fan in March. Yeah.
The shots and the scenes with our faces, you know, moving up to the lights, shining up and stuff like that. I think that started in like was at the end of November. And we shot it in like two or three different stages or something. Yeah, so it was in the works, and luckily before the lockdown thing, that it was just being edited and ready for release at that point. Then, like, you know.
Had you experience of that before, Conor, of shooting videos, maybe in a previous band or?
No, well, not with someone else doing it properly. I mean, I think I've always kind of had the GoPro in hand or my phone or something like that. And like on the first album, when I was just didn't know what the hell I was doing, but I was just happy to make something, you know. And I was like, well, I might as well swap together a video. And I had visited. So, long story short, no, I haven't done anything properly with a director or something like that before. But yeah, just kind of, you know, edited things myself and put out things for like Under the Carpet and Occultensis. And a friend of mine, Stephen Kung, I should mention, he kind of helped me with the camera work for that one. It's nothing spectacular, but I mean, it was still, you know, just doing something with a green screen behind you even, you know?
So you can really appreciate a guy like Brian coming in and taking over and directing you.
Oh man, like, see, we even said that before we started working on this album, is like, we'll play to our skills, right? So like, we're not going to try to outdo ourselves, you know. We're not trying to be Rings of Saturn or you know, some other super technical over the top kind of band, even though we love how impressive it is, you know, where it's kind of like, let's play to our skills. And so Brian has those skills, and if we can learn some of them along the way from him, because he's kind of handing them down or being open that way to kind of bestow teachings, you know what I mean, from the Grand Master. But that's cool. You know, that's cool. And but Brian's the man for it, for sure.
And how did you come to the conclusion that, we'll say, out of all those great songs on the album, that those two in particular needed to be shot?
We basically, we always discuss things in our group chat or at rehearsal or whatever it is, and we kind of put things out there, and we've been throwing around I think all of the 9 songs on the album have been mentioned for a video at some point. And and so I mean, it was really just a matter of going, we don't really care which one we do, almost. Like, we kind of have little preferences individually, but all these songs are cool. Like, we're happy to do them, and we kind of had it kind of I suppose Arjunas Eye headquarter is executive decision and gone, all right, these 2 songs will do. You know, we talked to everybody who we needed to talk to, kind of get receptive information about it, and make sure we're pleasing ourselves too, of course, in the process. But yeah, it was. We just plan to keep on making more videos at this point, I think, don't we?
Yeah,
So,
you've got to do something anyway.
Yeah.
And then the whole idea then for Cortexi Fan, how did that come about? Was that a lot of that stock footage? Like, I mean,
we were in a lab. This was in England, actually. We got into one of these science labs where they're doing these real No, okay, sorry. Yeah.
Oh man, you had me going there. I was like, fuck, I wasn't invited to that. Whatever the fuck happened anyway.
It was a tranquilizer. Okay, let's go.
You're right, Richie. Yeah, there was stock footage used for the you know, the sci-fi movie kind of aspect to it, and also it was suggested, even Oren suggested putting in like a behind the scenes reel of the band, you know, going to and fro. There's even footage on it that's been used before, I'm sure, like in some of our other promo stuff. Like even you've spotted the Metal Cell visit within the video at some point as well. But yeah, it was a mixture of everything. And honestly, it was Brian's very first attempt ever at a lyric video. So he was learning on the go himself, and what he ended up with was I think it was amazing. You know what I mean?
Yeah, absolutely incredible. Yeah, there's so much. I love that anyway. You know, because lyrical videos can be either boring or, you know, they can kind of catch your eye, and then there's year one which just sucks you in, like literally.
Cool.
So much going on. Nice. So I think he definitely, and shout out to Brian, man, because I mean, Jesus Christ, as a lyrical video goes, it's top quality. We all have seen the lyrical videos and you're just bored. Brian's
philosophy is almost like, I don't know, maybe this is just something that everybody in the film industry knows or something like that, but it's like within like the 5-10 seconds of what you're watching on a music video, it's got to get your attention somehow. Like, it's got to keep your attention within that, you know, 5 seconds or 10 seconds of the video, and then hope, you know, maybe that's like the real kind of that real reel to, you know, pull it in kind of thing.
Yeah.
Man, you should have kept going with the hospital over in England. That sounded great.
No, it was a lab, man.
Yeah,
it was a lab.
They were going over to visit me.
Yeah.
Fair to say then, because of those 2 videos, it certainly helped people rediscover the album.
I think the visual or the video, whatever you put with the song, certainly gives it a refresh. You know what I mean? Give people another reason to check the album out again. You know, because even if they only watch those 2 videos that we've done from the album, they might stay on YouTube and listen to the rest of it. They might even, you know, start following us or whatever through Spotify, or even they might even go onto Bandcamp and get a T-shirt or you know, get a digital download of the album. Who knows? You know what I mean? But like we're coming up on, it's nearly scary to say it already. Like we're only 2 months away from the album being a year old. From the release, and yeah, like I suppose there is a point where you can only refresh certain things with videos, and that, you know, there might be a sell-by date on it. I don't know, but what we're going to do is maybe keep you know, turning something like around like with a video, as long as it's tasteful, you know. You know, because there are other things, you know, you
have to remember as well that the Irish metal community, if they're switched on, they'll know of Arjunas Eye, right? We'll say.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was going to kind of mention, I guess, as a thought, is that, if we're not getting any type of exposure in the UK or other places in Europe or whatever it is, then, like, I mean, it's a bit, maybe like, you know, the guy, friends from down the road go, man, how long are you guys going to push these songs? I've listened to them, how many times now, but it's the new audience, and that's what you're kind of playing to. And I think knowing how we need to approach the next album after this, like as far as not musically, but because I think we got an idea of how we can do things musically, but as far as release and and promo and that kind of thing, and having videos ready ahead of time, and things like that to like push 1 or 2 singles even before the album's out, or maybe thinking of something more inventive than just a standard kind of release. Here's one song and then the album comes out. Who knows? We try to keep it inventive, but there is a better way of doing it than we did, because we were just we're just 3 dudes working away at it, man.
Yeah.
No, with that, actually, it took me a while to kind of understand that I guess, well, why are we releasing singles when the album's already out since last October? But like not thinking about, a new audience somewhere, because with a video, I think you have the chance, especially obviously with Oren working on our behalf, that aim it towards certain countries or regions or whatever, a new area. It took me kind of till now to kind of go, oh, okay, so that's all right, like, so
yeah. That's Oren from Overdrive, by the way. If people,
Oren from Overdrive.ie. Yeah.
Look, a lot of bands have their stuff ready before the album is out, but again, I don't think it hindered you in relation to the quality of videos that you released, and as well as that, who's the judge? Maybe a few Irish fans, maybe the guy down the road will go, you're still pushing that, but you need to get a bigger audience, and you do that through quality releases, through quality videos. Your musicianship stands on its own anyway. So
thanks, man.
Absolutely. So the next step for you will be one that you're more experienced with and more knowledgeable. It's as simple. It is as simple as that.
It's learning from all these things. You just kind of go, cool, we did that. That's a little pat on the back. That sucked. That could But it's about going, how can we hopefully do better, all the time, of course. It sounds cliched, but it really does come down to that. Or it's like, if you want to really, not completely reinvent yourself, but just learn new things as you go, maybe that's a good thing.
And I think as well, like a lot of bands tend to trust certain guys that work well with them. I mean, I think straight away you have Brian now. That's a huge plus.
Can we just say that we won't say too much, but we definitely have other things coming that are already,
I hope
a lot of the work has been put into these things that it's just a matter of time and game plan, I guess. But yeah, so I'll leave it cryptically like that for now.
Yeah, because the last thing I want to hear off both of you is that you've been doing nothing really.
It's actually mad. And maybe every other Irish metal band is the same. They might have a WhatsApp group or whatever, but the amount of engagement and interaction with each other on a daily basis is bloody phenomenal. Like,
it's annoying.
We're either planning like, what's that?
I was going to say it's annoying almost, isn't it?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah.
Sorry.
In fairness, like there's a huge percentage that's actual, work related and not stupid gifts or whatever.
No. I was just being
but
an
what
ass.
I'm trying to say is that like we're always planning either a rehearsal or shooting a guitar playthrough or a drum playthrough or or actual filming for a video. Do you know what I mean? Which is we have been up till now. Say next week, like we're going. Conor did a demo last night. I haven't even got to listen to it yet. It's brand new. That'll be his 8th song he's after writing as demo form. And there's so much material to get onto and everything. We're definitely keeping busy. It's trying to think of everything right now. It is tough. Like, but there's always something on the go. And for the way things are, we have to fill our time with something. If we can't have gigs, we have to just do everything else in between. And it mightn't seem like a whole lot, but it's a huge learning process. It's I don't know. It's like, it feels like I don't know. I've never been to music college or anything like that. Like, but there's constant interaction with the band on a daily basis, planning stuff and getting stuff done.
And you signed with Lost Island Booking as well.
Yeah.
Yeah,
that was awesome.
So
yeah, it's really cool.
So the cool news like that, I kind of pace myself and try not to freak out and go, "Hey, look at this! This is amazing!" Because I kind of go, "This is good, okay." And I would think about, that you can't just sit down and have a cup of tea. Like, there is going to be work involved in that. Like, so just to, take it in your stride and go, right, let's bring it on. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, like more zen the better, because who knows, right? Who knows what kind of bends and curves come along the way. But yeah.
How many songs have you in development at the moment?
Including, can I was going to say, so last time kind of like it was a 9-song kind of thing we kind of settled on. Maybe there was 10 there and we decided to go with 9 because the other one was kind of an interlude more than anything. We decided it was unnecessary. But yeah, like since the lockdown, that was like automatic kind of thing that we did. Which is like, if we have to stay at home, we can practice, which, practice your instrument anyway and that kind of thing. But it's like the creativity flows. So sorry, I'll jump to the point. As of today, there's 8 songs that I have on the go, 8 demos basically, and then Sean has been working this time around on a few demos as well. So I think you have like three songs, like two and kind of an intro to one of them.
See, this is the thing. I have, like, say, tons of material, and it just depends on whether it suits Arjunas Eye or not. So what I'm trying to do is present it in a way that it's legible, and it's like, oh yeah, okay, I can see how that'll work or not. But like, there's certainly 3 or 4 that I'd like to put forward at least. But if there's interest for down the road, I mean, of course, I'd be only delighted if the lads would kind of look at my stuff and go, yeah, that's we that'd be pretty cool for us or whatever.
Yeah.
So yeah, like, I mean, there's a bunch of stuff, and there's things that we can work on. Even Conor's stuff isn't like a finished product thing, so he's waiting for the rest of us to kind of give our slant on it. No, unless he's totally strict on something, like I have a certain direction for this or whatever. Okay. But usually, Conor's writing would be the backbone, meaning which is, when it's presented with programmed drums, guitar, riffs, and everything, and it's already sounding pretty decent at that point. That's before Aaron gets his hands on it to throw down bass lines, to do vocal lines or lyrical ideas of any sort. It's brilliant.
Yeah. And the 2 new members, are they contributing?
Yeah, they're contributing as well. Like, what's Rory doing at the minute?
Well, do you mean writing music?
Yeah,
kind of thing.
Like, can they probably can submit ideas to you. I know you've Conor, you be the main songwriter and stuff, and just as I'm just intrigued in so much as the dynamic of the band at the moment with the 2 new guys. They've settled now, and you are officially a well-formed unit, well-practiced unit as well. So I'm just wondering, are they contributing, or are they just?
Yeah, sorry. Yeah, and that's because of everything happening, where we're supposed to be like promoting this last album, and Rory and Killian came on board for live shows, and to be part of the band as a result. And so when all of this hit, we all kind of had to go, everything's a bit chaotic right now, but we need to kind of go, okay, what do we have and what can we work on and how can we approach this? Because the last thing you want to do is go more crazy than good, and so for me, I'm a bit OCD, as Sean could probably vouch for. But when it comes to the songwriting stuff, I guess, yeah, like, again, we're going to kind of work with what the foundation is and what the band is at this time, and the way that Aaron and Sean and I worked together was obviously very crucial, because going from the Invisible Landscape to Amalgam was, that's something that's very precious to me. And when there's new guys coming into the fold, when it comes to the next step, and it's kind of like, okay, how can we be methodical about this, get everybody's voice in there at the right time, and have it so everybody feels like they've contributed, and feels like everybody likes the song. And like Sean said, maybe there's some song ideas where there's been guitar layers written or drum parts written, and Rory goes, the drummer Rory, he goes, great, no, I'll play something just like that because I think it fits. Or, hey, what if we kind of, gave it a little bit more of a shuffly feel, or or whatever it is. And
once Rory can feel comfortable with that and say that, that's what I'm trying to say, just
Yeah, like I mean, what I could add to that is that like Rory even straight up said, "Look, I'll just I don't mind. I'll just play whatever Conor programs." But I mean, like eventually that there's going to be his flavor is going to come into it. You know what I mean?
yeah, exactly.
And Killian certainly wants to contribute to writing and stuff. And at the moment, I'd say it's probably going to be more of his flavor and tones and things this time around. And because there's no shortage of we'd say creativity, like we always say, there's no shortage of creativity. That like we're not just thinking of this next release and that's going to be it. Like like we're there's going to be plenty of chances for releases and writing, obviously. So like like when myself and Aaron came in to Arjunas Eye, we were learning the material that Conor had wrote and released on his own off Invisible Landscape, and that was our situation. We were learning that stuff, and then we got the chance to contribute to the next album. Yeah. And it's only now that I'm going, hey, look, Conor, listen to my stuff there and see what you think.
Yeah.
So it's only, you know what I mean? It's in stages and steps where I can't wait till, Killian can throw down his check out my riffs. Like, he's going to be like, and he's going to be hanging off that fucking whammy bar of his as well. Like,
No, I think he assembled a great cast. And, for those that really love the band, and there is quite a few, especially from East Cork anyway as well, we're all really excited for the next chapter of Arjunas Eye.
Cool.
Yeah.
Thanks, man.
Yeah. Nice one.
Keep in touch. And lads, I think, and it's fair to say for both of you as well, that the next album will be a big one for you. I know you've got plans in the background, as you said, Conor. So that album will have to match those plans as well. So it's going to be really interesting. There's going to be a lot of pressure on you, and
yeah. No,
yeah. No, it's. But that's the thing, though. I can see it kind of going. In fairness, we got pretty weird with this recording because are we really going to go with that? Are we going to leave that in? Even I think like when on Mock Tirabon, so like that has a spoken word verse in it and a big kind of a big soaring chorus. Like the dynamics of that song was mental, and how we came up with the lyrical or the vocal line for the verse. Like I was basically just speaking the words into the mic just to map out, does this fit over the music, And then we were listening back. That sounds pretty cool, And I said, yeah, do you know what? I just give it another go and make it fit better, or put a small bit of character into it. And there's a little bit of character into it, like but
it was the
and it stuck then,
I was gonna say that it was that keyboard piano part where you were displaying the melody for the chorus in particular. But I think like just to kind of dovetail off what Sean's saying is that be gutsy. Like, I mean, there's core elements to what a band's sound is, I guess, without going like straight from, say, we're doing progressive groove metal to, hey, look, now we're doing death metal. It's like that jump's probably not going to happen. Mm-hmm. Maybe elementally in a song, little moments perhaps, but it's like, yeah, man, if we want to throw in an anvil and go out with a microphone and record hitting an anvil, like, let's like just do it, If we don't like it, delete it, or save it for some, gag reel or something later. But no, but when you do, I think just being willing to be open-minded and take some chances with things is definitely a good thing. And and also maintaining that kind of core as well. So you kind of have your core and you go, well, let's grow off that core, let's do more. And so getting philosophical now.
Well said, because I mean, it's the second album syndrome, really. I know it's your third, but I mean, it's the second really for Sean and Aaron as well, So it will be very interesting. In an ideal world, time frame wise, do you think you should be ready for a release maybe summer next year?
We haven't even talked about in what format, be it single, or EP or album or whatever. We just know that there's definitely plenty of stuff to work on. But you know, I'd say the marker for release, I don't know. It's hard to put a figure on it, you know.
Yeah, it is. But there's material. I think we're really like the big thing is just checking which stars are lined up with which constellations at certain times of the year, right, Sean?
Well,
And that's how we base shit off of. No.
Yeah. Richie, you can see where all the cheesy stuff in our fucking promo stuff comes from now, like.
Yeah, I know. The reason why I love you.
Nice.
But anyway, right, in an ideal world, okay, so these plans that you have in the background, and 2021 kicks off with maybe a tour in England, Europe. I'm just guessing here, right? So you definitely need new material to bring to the table come summer next year when festival time hits. You should be aiming for maybe an EP release or something next summer.
Yeah. Yeah. I mean, hey,
maybe
who knows?
Anyway, you know,
I don't know.
Trying to put a bit of pressure on you here.
That's all right. We that's good. Pressure's good. Pressure's good. Yeah.
Pressure's for tires.
No, it's for breakfast, man.
Yeah. Yeah, he's trying to get us to say something now, like, you know,
I know, but I'm not saying shit.
So look, thanks for coming on the show anyway. As always, you're great company. And
thanks for having us, man. Awesome.
Yeah, thank you, Richie. Cheers, bud.
Great seeing you, and hopefully we'll share a few beers at a gig in Cork maybe in December or January.
That'd be awesome. That'd be great.
Would be pretty class, yeah.
Awesome, isn't it? Yeah. Okay, lad. Been listening to Arjunas Eye. Shout out to Killian, Aaron, and Rory. And it's a big year next year for you lads. I don't know how you feel about it. I think it is a big one for you. And keep doing the great work. Videos have been great. They've been keeping us entertained. And just best of luck, I suppose, really.
Thanks, Richie.
Man. Thank you.
Cheers, bro.
To the Metal Cell podcast with Richie, and support your local metal scene.